Check that you have all of your patterns: front top, front collar, front flounce, front facing, back top, back collar, back flounce, back facing. Front skirt for the wearer's right, front skirt for the wearer's left, facings, pockets. Sew up the darts on the back top and the front top. On the skirt panels, mark out the pocket notch. Align the pocket panels just below the notches. Right sides facing. Sew them together with a 1 cm seam allowance. Repeat for the other skirt and pocket panels. Sew the back top to the back skirt with a 1 cm seam allowance. Sew the front top to the front skirt with a 1 cm seam allowance. Sew the front collar with interfacing to the back collar along the shoulder with a 1 cm seam allowance. Sew both back flounce panels together along the center back with a 1 cm seam allowance. Align the back and front flounce along the shoulders and sew both panels together with a 1 cm seam allowance. To complete the hem of the flounce, double fold 0.5 cm along the center front and hem and iron well. Then top stitch 0.3 cm from the folded edge. On the interfaced collar panels, mark out the sewing line according to the paper pattern. Align the top of the flounce to the bottom of the interfaced collar, starting from the notches. Sew them right sides together with a 1 cm seam allowance. Check for folds. If everything looks good, align the non-interfaced collar on top. And sew all layers together with a 1 cm seam allowance. Grab a pair of scissors and trim away half of the seam allowances to reduce the bulk and tension. Turn it inside out and iron well. To seal up the collar, baste along the neckline at 0.5 cm seam allowance. Sew the front and back panels together along the shoulders with a 1 cm seam allowance. Sew the front facing to the front skirt facing with a 1 cm seam allowance. Attach the front and back facings along the shoulder with a 1 cm seam allowance. This is my front and this is my back. Align the collar and flounce panel to the neckline, with right sides facing up. Baste them together with a 0.5 cm seam allowance. Align the front and back facings along the neckline with right sides together and shoulders align from the hem down to the neckline, back down to the hem with a 1 cm seam allowance. Grab a pair of scissors and snip into the seam allowances to reduce the tension. Flip open the facing and understitch on the facings, making sure to catch onto the seam allowances below. Sew the front and back panels along the side seams with a 1 cm seam allowance. Repeat for the other side. At the armhole, fold in by 0.8 cm and iron well. Then top stitch 0.5 cm from the folded edge. Along the hem, fold the facing inwards and sew along the bottom with a 1.5 cm seam allowance. Turn it inside out. Then fold up the skirt hem by 1.5 cm and iron well. Top stitch 1 cm from the folded edge. Sew buttonholes and buttons along the front, top and skirt panels. And there you have it. Your dress is completed.